Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the drama that's been going on around MrBeast and a lot of the kind of stuff that's been going on with a particular individual, Miss Kris Tyson over there. I've been involved in the MrBeast channel over there. Well, things have gotten kind of crazy. Things have gotten kind of nuts. And a particular post from our dear sweet MrBeast has gone on to actually kind of come back and bite him in the butt and actually end up kind of haunting him for a lot of the things that have gone on, because obviously there's been a lot of allegations out there against this person, this Tyson person out there, and a lot of things have been kind of going crazy and a lot of things have been going kind of wild, and there's been a lot of allegations out there. Well, needless to say, after a lot of digging from a lot of internet sleuths out there, Tyson is officially out from the MrBeast network, and they're no longer involved with the team in any way whatsoever. They've essentially been fired, and this is kind of a fascinating thing to see how all of this drama ends up going down. And boys and girls, we've got the statement here that we're going to go over here in a little bit that honestly I think is rather kind of weak sauce. It feels like very much legal jargon, a lot of the kind of nonsense. And one of the things that I always have an issue with a lot of this kind of stuff is the kind of double standard that we see happen all the time, whether it be Dr. Disrespect, whether it be some of these other people out there that we have seen lambasted with little to no evidence of a lot of the kind of things that they have allegedly done being illegal in any way, shape, or form. Well, now we kind of see this kind of turnaround where it seems like there's certain protected classes out there that you can't bash, you can't talk about. And well, it looks like that protected class situation is officially over, because it's so funny ago, a little less than a year ago, when a lot of this kind of stuff was coming out there and a lot of people were worried about these kind of things with this individual, this Tyson person out there transitioning and kind of coming into something new. Well, there was a lot of worries about these kind of things. There's always a lot of issues, and obviously it's a brand issue, especially when you have such a family brand like what MrBeast does. I mean, a lot of kids watch this stuff, right? And there's a lot of issues with these kind of things. And the problem with this time and time again is we've seen a lot of people that are part of this community have a lot of mental issues that end up causing them to end up harming other people and doing damage to other people out there. And that's something you always want to make sure you keep away from children, especially if you're supposed to be representing yourself as a family brand, doing a lot of good and charitable works out there like what MrBeast has done in the past. There's no reason to discredit a lot of the great work and all of the people out there he's helped. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. But the fact that he was so slow on the uptick on this makes me really wonder what's honestly going on behind the scenes and how much they actually knew about the whole situation. And his statement doesn't lead much credence to him not knowing about all of this. But like I said here, we're going to start off with this little statement right here. We're going to get into the post over here and his actual statements and everything he said and all of this kind of stuff out there. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty wild. He says he's disgusted and everything else. But as Flash points out here right now, MrBeast posted just a little over a year ago. Yeah, this is getting absurd. Kris isn't my nightmare. He's my fucking friend, and things are fine. All this transphobia is starting to piss me off. Well, I would imagine this situation and all that's been revealed and all of the screenshots and everything else would probably piss you off a whole lot more, because this is a damage to a brand that is literally worth millions, if not even more out there, and it's definitely a significant interest to YouTube and all of the rest of the dominant all of the dominant investors that have been part of this whole brand going forward. So we're going to check out this article from the Hollywood Reporter, getting all of the juicy details of exactly what this statement says and whether or not it's just a bunch of jargon or actually what's going on behind the scenes. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe and or follow if you have not already. Boys and girls, just like we got another one right there going on the screen, a live one, because we do record all of these videos live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. So if you'd like to join us and have these discussions with us live, please come check those out over on Rumble and YouTube as well. So it's a pretty interesting thing over here. We're going to check out this article from the Hollywood Reporter and find out all the juicy details. So let's go. MrBeast addresses Kris Tyson grooming allegations, cut links. I am disgusted. And that's one of the other things about there too, right? There's people out there coming out there and saying, and they even get into an article saying how about none of this actually happened. It was just edgy jokes and yada, yada, yada. Well, if that was actually the case and this person didn't legitimately do anything wrong, why are you getting fired? Obviously, there's been enough stuff put out there on the internet and enough evidence been shown for MrBeast and his multi-million-dollar organization to go, hey, guess what? We ain't taking any chances with this. You're out. You're gone. Bye-bye. See ya later. So the YouTuber star said that he had taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. YouTube star MrBeast has addressed the grooming allegations made against his longtime collaborator, Kris Tyson, saying that he was disgusted by claims and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. MrBeast, whose real name is Jamie Doldson, was responding to the weeks of pressure created by the allegations and Tyson's future with his channel that built up on social media and from other content creators on YouTube. In a message posted posted to X on Wednesday, Donaldson said, over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to sex unacceptable acts. So obviously you saw what everybody was putting out there, and obviously it was enough evidence to convince you that where there is smoke, there is obviously fire in this situation, so you remove them completely. My question always is, how much did everybody know about this? Because there's an old thing going on that's been on for a long time, that anybody that might damage the movement, anybody that might damage the brand, you keep those kind of stories quiet. There's been a long time, as we've seen what we've seen with Hollywood, with all of the allegations that have come after years and years, and the scandals that end up coming out much later that should have come out at the time. All why? Because everybody's trying to cover up for the brand. I'm not saying MrBeast did or did not know anything. I'm just saying that questions need to be asked and honest answers need to be given. But of course, in the era of modern speak and a lot of the Hollywood nonsense and of course a lot of lawyer BS, we're probably never going to get the full truth about who knew what and when. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions, as none of us should. This is something that you do not want to be associated with in any way, shape, or form. Why do you think Netflix got such a huge backlash for the cuties nonsense? Because that's obviously what it was. This was obviously particularly going for a very specific market and going through a very nasty and evil portion of the population and a portion of our culture. And that's exactly what it looks like. This person out there was doing the exact same thing. You're starting to notice a trend with these people that like to do these kind of things, like express themselves in these particular ways and transition, as it likes to call. Why is it? Why is it these people that have this way of thinking? Why is it so often than not we find this kind of thing? It's just like the same thing with the Disney Corporation out there. Why is it like every few months that Florida sheriff down there is rounding up a whole bunch of Disney folks for doing this kind of thing? It starts to make me think that a certain ideology might tolerate these kind of things a little bit more than others and maybe actually allow these things. Maybe it's been their goal all along? I don't know. I digress. Donaldson said, I will allow the independent, MrBeast said, I will allow the independent investigation the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. So you're going to hire private investigators to do what the cops should be doing? Why aren't the police involved with this situation? That's my real question here. Why weren't the cops called? If you've seen the evidence of inappropriate behavior with a minor, why did no one call the cops within your organization? You knew where this person was. You knew where they lived. You worked with them on a daily basis. Why weren't the cops called? But I digress. The grooming allegations against Tyson surfaced last month. A group of YouTubers accused Tyson of messaging a 13-year-old when she was 20. That's what they claim. Users on X, Discord, and YouTube began analyzing public messages between Tyson and the minor, who went by the username LavaGS, focusing on those messages that included references to nude photos, sex, and anime pornography. Wow. YouTube really ain't going to like these words. Follow us over there on Rumble, Common Nerd. Tyson denied the claims of grooming and posted an apology on X on Wednesday. On Wednesday? Just now, after what, all of this coming out over a month ago? Like, that's what boggles my mind about this. They were trying, it really does feel to me like this, that they were trying to cover it up or at least ignore it, hoping it was going to blow over. And now the fact that it obviously has not, and they cannot hide it anymore, they have to openly face this. You're going to tell me that MrBeast just now found out about this after it's been all over the internet for over a month? And you're trying to tell me that I guarantee you, someone inside of your organization knew exactly what this guy was doing and where his proclivities laid. Okay? But yet still, you did nothing about it. Even in one video complimenting one of the posters he had on his own wall that should have been everybody's big first warning flag right there, boys and girls. The real question is, How much of the content are you going to remove containing this person going forward? That's the real question. How much did you know, and when did you know it? Tyson denied the claims, posted an apology. I humbly apologize to anyone that I've hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. Oh, how you used to. Yeah, I'm sure. You're a totally changed man. Woman, whatever. I'm sure you would never do anything like this ever again. I'm sure this was a one-time situation and you've never done anything like that before and you haven't done it since. Yeah. Okay, boys and girls. Lava GS also took to social media to defend Tyson. Well, victims generally do. That happens time and time again. Look into any kind of case studies and you'll see that happen. I mean, all of these kind of things, it's all of this kind of stuff. I mean, Stockholm Syndrome, the term exists for a reason. Suggesting that the past conversations between them were not grooming, but rather edgy jokes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Anybody who studied the behavior of these kind of people knows that jokes, oh, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. I didn't mean it. It's just a joke. Tyson, who is a transgender woman, Tyson, who is a biological male, has come under sustained harassment from some on YouTubers since he announced he was transitioning. Donaldson has previously defended Tyson against transphobic attacks. Yes. That brings us full circle. Yes, this is getting absurd. Kris isn't my nightmare. He's my fucking friend, and things are fine. All the transphobia is starting to piss me off. Well, like our dear sweet Yellow Flash says, guess he is your nightmare now. Because that's what happens. This is what happens when people blindly defend someone. This is what happens when they believe someone's immutable characteristics mean they automatically elevate other people. Everyone should be open to criticism. No one should be protected from being questioned about the things they do and the things that look like they might potentially be endangering other people. I'm a libertarian. I'm borderline anarcho-capitalist. But at the end of the day, you know where your rights end and mine begin? Where your fist begins touching my face. When you start hurting other people, when your actions and your proclivities and your interests threaten or damage younger people or anyone else out in the world, that's where your rights and your interests end. Because now you are affecting the world around you. And hurt people do indeed hurt people. And MrBeast had this person among them the entire time. And you're telling me they didn't know anything about this, that he didn't know anything about this, that no one in his organization ever once brought up a question to him about this Tyson person going, boss, a little weird, a little creepy, man. Maybe you should look into this. Maybe you should say something. Oh, that's just how he acts. He's trans. He's gay. He's da-da-da-da-da. How many times have we seen those kind of reactions? How many times have we seen those excuses? How many times have we seen those kind of cover-ups for people like this? Time and time again, only to find out that, yes, later, it was all true. They really are the monster people were worried they were. And all, because always, the truth always comes out eventually, boys and girls. And that's what we've got right here. The only question is for the MrBeast brand, is it too little, too late? Only time will tell, boys and girls.